What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to yet another tier list. Today we are covering Langrisser mobile characters from Chapter 1. We're going to do the Chapter 2 characters. We're going to do the crossover units. And then we're going to do the head-to-head. Now, this video has a very special dedication today. This video is going out to that one guy on Reddit who hates all of my videos but watches them anyway. So if you're watching, you're a real one. All right. So let's go over the categories. Waifu for Laifu, that has not changed. The second one is Don't Tell My Wife, basically the same. Cheaper than my heating bill. If you haven't gotten that reference yet, I live in the northeast of the United States. It's very cold in winter, and sometimes it's cheaper to just find someone to sleep in the bed. Of course, there's Pierre, blue because he's ice cold as always, and hands up, don't shoot. Think about that one for a second. Just think about it. All right, so we're starting out today. Alphabetical list. Some of them have heads, some of them don't. I say blame the people who make Langrisser Wikipedia because it's not working, or Langripedia, or whatever the heck you want to call it. Anyway, first up, we have Illustrial. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Lust is in her name. There is no way that she is going any lower than Don't Tell My Wife. And besides, I have pointed ears, she's got pointed ears. It's all good, bro. Next, we have Angelica. I don't understand the function of Angelica. Her training school's kind of cool because it gives me, like, potions, but she's just lame. Like, there's nothing cool about her. Completely useless. Completely weird. No thank you. Next up, we have Almeida, and I'm going to be honest with you. Almeida, in terms of all of the different Maidens of Light, I think Almeida is right up there at the top. And I know that's going to be a controversial take, but I do find her funny. So I'm going to put her up here. Now, Grenier. Grenier is one of my favorite characters. If you're like me and you watch the plot, you know that he's pretty much the only one left out in the dark, right? So you've got Almeida constantly breaking the fourth wall. You have Matthew sniffing demons, and Grenier is just there trying to cook up some meals and figure out what exactly is going on while helping his friends the best he can. He's just the average guy, right? And that's part of his charm, his appeal. It's pretty funny if you ask me. He reminds me a lot of Ryujin in Persona 5, like beyond just like the hairstyle, but just the whole, oh yeah, I definitely know what's going on, while everyone else around him is so much smarter. But he's loyal and he's there from day one, so he's definitely getting the props. Matthew, half demon, half Crimsonian, total bore fest. He's going in cheaper than my heating bill. Honestly, I know protagonists are usually left to be intentionally lame so that you can step into their shoes, but he is fairly boring as a protagonist. I mean, the coolest thing about him is the actions of other people. Like Listell and Landius, and their actions are far more interesting than the results of their actions, let's put it that way. Alright, Zereda. This is going to be one that I'm sure people are going to hate. But I actually cannot stand Zereda. Her voice is so irritating. I actually was building her up at one point because I played Langrisser with the volume off only. And then I stopped because I turned the volume on and had to listen to that every time I attacked. That's the one character in the game who makes me play without the volume on. I cannot stand her and I could not listen to her. She is going in the Pierre tier. Unredeemable. And she doesn't even give me anything cool. No potions. Alright. Amelia and young Jessica are both getting put into the hands up, don't shoot category. Amelia is 15. Young Jessica is in the body of a 15-year-old. Now, I have heard some people making arguments, but, oh, you know, she's an eternal being. Don't care. That body's 15. Not today, son. But this is an interesting segue. I will be launching a new series. It is going to be an 18-plus series. So be on the lookout for that, where I discuss the ethics of different hentai series. We're going to be calling it Hentethics. So keep an eye out for that. The first one we're going to cover is Bible Black. So obviously I still need to figure out how to get footage from that without getting slapped with copyright strikes and outright bans from YouTube. Obviously the content is not going to be graphic in nature because we are strictly discussing the plot. That's right. I watch it for the plot. Deal with it. Okay, but let's finish this up first. We can talk about Hentethics later. Now we have Yulia. Yulia, to me, is one of my favorite characters, hands down. She was the first character that I got to 6 stars. My entire comp runs around her, and I use her to stomp everything in PvE. I literally just run over the entire map with her. I have her full gear. She's my most powerful unit. Actually, that's a lie. Bozel surpassed her recently. But she's up there as one of my most powerful units. And has been since I got her. Like, I still remember the day that I drew her. I was so excited that I started telling one of the teachers I work with, and then I realized that would be a bad idea because if they looked it up, they may question why I'm teaching. So I had to keep that one to myself. Anyhow, Yulia's going firmly in the Don't Tell My Wife category. Now, that means we have a 4-way tie, and we need to break it for the waifu, for Laifu. So we have Illustrial, Almeida, Grenier, and Yulia. All right, so I'm going to make a case against each one. Illustrial was in love with that dude who died. What was his name? Why am I blanking on it? Make something. McLaughlin? In the Arms of an Angel? I don't remember. I can picture his face, but I can't remember his name. Oh, no. Anyway, she was in love with that dude who just straight up died and was turned into a zombie. So you got some baggage there. that's a little hefty. Fiance/lover turned into zombie, and she had to kill him. Yikes. Then we have Almeida. So the case against Almeida. Too many tentacles, bro. It's a little weird, and honestly, breaking the fourth wall would be kind of strange. I don't want to know who's watching my life. I don't need her to stop and address the audience and reveal some soul-crushing truth about me. Next, we have Grenier. Anything bad about Grenier? He's not that good of a unit. He's not anyone fancy. He's just kind of there. He's the third wheel, that's for sure. I would even argue that he's like the fourth wheel because there's the love triangle and then there's just Grenier all sad by himself. Alright. Now, Yulia is a sword, technically. And I'm not trying to get cut. Like the personality, not a fan of losing a hand. So now, we decide who's the best. And honestly, McAvoy, that's what it was. Ha, I remembered. Alright, we're going Illustrial as the waifu for Laifu. There's a lot of baggage that you would have to carry, but she's also carrying a lot of baggage up front. So it's a pretty good trade-off, all things being said. I do think that she does have probably the most interesting character story outside of Yulia, and she has the benefit of A, being alive, and B, not being a sword. So she wins this round. So next we're going to do Chapter 2, and then we're going to do the crossover heroes, and then the total rundown. So Illustrial's the winner this week. Let me know what you think in the comments below. To that one guy who's going to downvote this video, especially because I called him out, this one's for you, pal. And I will see you next time.